So when the Sony a7s came out, we were really excited to see how this might be able to help our workflow in terms of efficiency. First of all, we liked it because it was a DSLR. Or actually it's a mirrorless camera, but it has the form factor of the DSLR, and they're all very similar, and we like that kind of form factor and feel. We were once again familiar with the lenses. It is in fact a full-frame mirrorless camera, so one of the advantages straight away was that it could take just about any lens out there on the market. So it could accept all of the lenses that we had currently. And of course the Sonys, the 70-200 and 24-70 zooms also were very, very good. Had fantastic optical image stabilization, so we could do a lot of handheld shots, which again increased our flexibility and efficiency on set. So those were the things straight up that we liked. Sound going into camera was perfect. We did some tests, and once again, more than usable, especially if we used a nice preamp like the Juice Link. The thing that we really wanted to look at was, of course, its low light sensitivity, and we did a test. And while we were doing that test, we were blown away, and our DOP and I started laughing through it because we were elated by this feat of technology. We were able to crank up the ISO to 40,000 ISO, which basically meant I was unable to see my own hands. Our DOP was unable to see my face, and yet the camera was capturing that image with almost no noise.
Compared with previous projects, the approach to lighting is different with this camera. I was deeply impressed with the low light sensitivity of the camera. Being able to shoot at 12,800 or even 40,000 ISO is just unheard of. This car park scene was shot at 40,000 ISO with available light, and just one of our torches set back at about 10 meters behind the actors. I found this incredible.
So how we've lit this scene with a car and two other people standing here is with all available light, even light over there, which is almost 50 meters away. And our backlight is right up there. It's a very high CRI LED torch that we've created, actually. It will be on Indiegogo soon. That's going to be part of our lighting kit. We're going to have like 3 or 4 of those to light people, and often now we just use that as a bounce light off a wall, and it's more than enough. We saw the application straight away. Suddenly it meant that we could use a lot less light on set. We would still light our actors, of course, and we would still light the set, but it meant that we didn't have to have huge lights anymore. We didn't have to have the huge batteries that come with huge lights, and the crew that come with having multiple lighting setups. Our approach to lighting changed.
What normally happens with conventional lighting is that we set up our key lights first and then add practicals as prop lights in the scene to kind of help motivate our lighting. But in this case, we found that we could easily light our actors with just the prop lights. So we didn't have to fill or add any key lights to the scene.
Also, the ambient light was lighting all the shadow areas around the safe house. Certainly enough to keep mood, enough to reduce noise. And so we didn't really have to fill in lights anywhere, which is fantastic because you don't have all these light stands, lights that you can't shoot. You know, you're not restricted in terms of the angles that you can shoot. And our camera, people could just kind of tuck in anywhere, and as long as they weren't seeing each other, they could shoot everything.
I could go handheld at f4 and above to keep focus. We shot at 12,800 ISO and got footage which was very low noise with great color and detail. I think this camera has made lighting very intuitive in the sense that you don't have to create the sense of natural lighting with a lot of big, heavy, hot lights. You can actually use a lot of the ambient natural lighting because the camera can see beyond our eyes. So what is good and natural to our eyes, you know, will work on camera.
I guess we can finish with just showing you some of the images that we got out of this pilot to show you how, this low light sensitivity of this camera has really changed our workflow and yet doesn't compromise the image quality in the end. We were very, very happy with using this camera.